What is this? Am I starting a new Factorio Let's Play? Well, yes and no. This is a Let's Play I am running on Twitch, and it's been running for a couple of weeks now, but I thought it would be a good opportunity to do what I've been doing before with my more complex series over on Twitch, is actually to do a weekly highlight of what the series is about. So this is what it is. It is a weekly highlight of the new Let's Play I've started over on Twitch, so that it serves a few purposes. It might get some of you who are watching primarily on YouTube interested in coming on over to Twitch and seeing the silliness and strangeness and awesomeness that is going on there. I hope so. It is also, if you are missing something and want to catch up, then take a look at this one, because I'll be explaining the rules and the features and the objectives in this episode, as well as looking at the progress after the first stream. And then I'll be doing more weekly updates, but there will be 2 weekly updates coming a bit close to each other this week, so that we are all caught up with where we are in this wonderful, amazing new series. So this, I should basically be doing... I'll be starting by explaining the objectives and the key features, and then we'll jump forward and get some more interest. So the objective of this series is to have a new Let's Play series that challenges me to do new designs, so I don't just stamp down my city blocks and my masterclasses because, hey, I've done that before. But I still want something that is predominantly vanilla playthrough, so that we can all recognize it and you can join further down the line and you can pretty easily see what's going on. So that is the objective. Then I also want to slow down the progress, because I feel that in a normal playthrough you go through the entire game really quickly and you spend 95% of your time in the end game, and I actually want to stretch it out. So those are the objectives, and I've designed a way to achieve this through a few things. So the first thing is, if we look at what we can craft, is the feature called expensive recipes. This is something you set while generating the map. This makes the changes so that, for example, iron gears are now 4 iron plates. Green circuits are 8 copper wires and 2 iron plates. Super crazy expensive. And for example, stuff like pipes is 2 iron plates. So there are a number of things. Also, red circuits is more expensive. Let's call it's called advanced. So it's here. That one. You can see it now takes 4 plastic, 8 wires, and 2 electronic circuits, more than it usually does. So everything basically is more expensive. That means also components down the line, even if blue circuits are not, it's more expensive, then it will be implicitly more expensive, because each of the green circuits and red circuits will be more expensive as that. So that means everything is going to be slowed down. But that's not even it. Aside from the first one, which is default, then you can see here, all the other researches are pretty damn expensive. They are exactly 10 times as expensive as they are normally. So stuff like explosives, you can see that it quickly goes up into the thousands here of research. So that is pretty damn crazy. That means we're going to be progressing way slower. That also means like trivial things like biters are maybe not going to continue to be trivial, because they will actually evolve pretty fast when we have to spend 10 times as much on research. That means 10 times as much, well, pollution, and that means more evolution. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge. Now, let's not just sit here and watch this part. Let's jump forward to the end of the first episode, because then I can show you sort of some other key features. You can see here, this is the only ore we have available, and that is a good starting point. 1.3. They're pretty big as starting resources, but they are very much finite, because this is all there is. Let's jump forward and take a look at the end of the first stream, so we can explain some of the more interesting things in terms of Twitch integration and what is non-vanilla with this playthrough. Now here we are. This is after 4 hours of streaming, and as you can already see, something is missing. Something is weird and odd, and we'll get to that. And we will be talking a bit about the Twitch integration, which is something I always have on my Twitch series. That means that if you choose to subscribe or donate, then it has a direct impact in the game, and I absolutely love that, because it means that I can give something, you can be part of the game as well. What I've done is, well, I said I wanted to do some non-standard design. So what did I do? I stamped down my usual jumpstart base. It's working fine. It's just not getting enough gears, but it's working. It's just working quite slowly and not at ratio. But it'll give me something that I can start working on. Let's talk a bit about what these things are. This is an alternative to the normal miners, and the reason why I've set this up is because I am going to have a constraint in terms of minerals. I will only have these ore patches in the game, and then the only way to get more ore is through the Twitch interaction. So that means I'm going to be changing a lot and moving things around. And because I want to move things around, then I want something that's more stable than put in some additional electric miners, move them around. I don't want to spend too much time. There's also this weird catch here. If I build on top of this, it'll explode. So I can't build on top of patches. I have to mine them out before I can use this area. That's a little quirk that also will come in later. So let's talk a bit about the miners, the way they work. I will put them in here. This is a mod called Mining Drones. It's made by Clonin. It's pretty good, and it works all through the stages of the game. Now, you can put as many as you like. I think about 50 or something, like a lot of drones in here. But I have chosen to make a condition, and that is that I'm only allowed to build one mining drone for each regular subscriber that subscribes to my channel over on Twitch, not on YouTube subscribers, but on Twitch subscribers. And that means that it's going to be something that will slowly accrue, and it's not something that can just balloon out of control. That means at any point in the game, I have to sort of balance, well, each of these might not be fast enough, and I can only expand at the rate that I have it. So at this point, I have 55 available drones that I can put in, and that's what I want to, that's as much as I can do. Now we also have a condition here that there's some drone research. They are not something I can research myself, and they are still 10 times. But if there are donations, then they will add more drone mining speed and drone productivity research. The reason why I do that is because then it sort of scales better into the later game, as sort of there will be some donations as I progress. Then it will sort of unlock more research, making them both faster and more productive at mining. And therefore it will sort of gradually scale together with me into the late game. And I think that's a really cool way of doing that. But the big thing here is that I can't scale as fast as I want. So that's how the mining works. I'm going to look at another thing that is going to constrain me in terms of the mining operation. Oh, sorry, the design operation, because that is a big thing. You can see this building. This is called a Factorissimo building. Factorissimo is a pretty damn awesome mod. It is, and now I have to remember my Doctor Who references. This is a TARDIS thing, so it's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. So you go in here and then you can build more stuff in here, and it works basically like a black box, or you could say like a web service. You have some inputs and you have an output, and as long as the inputs are going and the output is going, then it works fine. There will be bigger sizes. This is the smallest size, and what I can do here is take one yellow belt in and then some fuel, and then get one yellow belt of material out. This is working really well, going hand in hand with the mining operation, because these ones I can move from place to place, so that when I mine out a location, I can move them more easily than an entire base. It also means that my design way of working will be more along the lines of how you do in Satisfactory, where you build factories near the resources, instead of the way I traditionally do in Factorio, where I get all resources to one location. So it's a way for me to design a series that forces me to play in a different way. Expensive recipes means new designs. The 10% or 10 times science means that we have more time to do designs in the early and mid game. And also the mining operation here means that I can move things around to where they need, instead of sort of building a boss base. Let's look at the map, and then you will see something, how we get new materials coming in. You will see immediately there are no random spawns, but we have these amazing locations here. These locations are coming from a Twitch feature called Hype Train. That is basically when there are certain donations that come in within a short span of time, it triggers a hype train, and then whoever donates the most during the hype train will get a reward. Usually that reward is like an emote that is completely useless after a while, but I wanted to give something special, and that special thing is that if you win the hype train, then you get your ore into the world. So if it's a big hype train, the amounts here, you can see this is 200,000. It depends on the level, so it goes 100,000, 200,000, 500,000, 1 million, or 2 million. And the amount, what is spawned is randomized, so no control over that, but there is a high percentage chance of getting copper and iron, and very low percent chance of getting uranium. This means that as I run out of my starting materials, I will need to go out and build according to these, and start mining out the names that are, aside from this, look absolutely amazing here on the map. So it's a great way to sort of give some attention to the people who are so awesome and donating and supporting the channel on the live streams. And yeah, they can now see your name here, and they will be eventually mined out, and then there'll be more popping up. And then the question is, we don't know that whether it'll be balanced, whether I can consume it as fast as they come in, or I'll be starving. But there's still like lots of things to go out here. And then I'll be using these Factorissimo buildings with new, unique, clever designs that I come up with specifically for this series, move them around, build some sort of sub bases that will do this, because the expensive recipe means that trivial things such as green circuits are absolutely insane. Like, look at that, 2 iron, 1 and 4 copper. So if I want 1 belt of green circuits, I'm going to need 6 belts of raw materials in. That's going to be insanely big builds. And that's really what's going to be driving this space. Some of these modular buildings that we designed cool things and then stamp them down, move them around, trying to expand, figuring out if one of these things spawn on top of resources, then everything, or on top of buildings, then everything underneath it gets destroyed. So this also means that I need to put things inside buildings so they take up less space. And then it also means that when there's a hype chain, it can potentially like wreck the entire base here, and then I'm screwed. So it kind of has some of that danger to it that our previous series with the bombs also has, but in a less dominant matter. So it's not me. It's less me running around like scared of the next bomb dropping, but more of it happens once in a while, but it could do like massive damage. Currently, we are not really in any problems with biters, but they will be here soon-ish. I think I've done like a first clearing of the biters during the stream, so we have nice peace and quiet. So this is this series, the rules that are here. Basically, going back to the objective, it's to challenge me in terms of doing designs. It is to slow the progress so we get to enjoy more of the early and mid game, and not just sort of leap directly into mega base designs. Although I like mega base designs, then it is it's also great to just play the game, and it needs to slow down in order to actually enjoy that. And yeah, then there's the Twitch interaction. So if you are primarily watching here on YouTube, then come on over to Twitch if you have the opportunity. It is on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays at 8 p.m. Central European Time. It is on Twitch TV/Nilaus, link in the description below. If you're not able to watch at those times or don't want to sit through all of it, I have also on my VOD channel, I'm uploading the VODs from the live streams, so you can check it out there at your own convenience. But then you won't be able to scream at me in real time, and you know, there is a perk to that. So if this is interesting, then come on over to Twitch and just say hi. Maybe you won't be able to join, maybe that's not something for you. Maybe you have some traumatized by Twitch stream, and then I can tell you it is actually not traumatizing. It is really cool. Our little hangout on Twitch, people are really well behaved, and it's super fun, and we talk about all sorts of things while building cool designs. So give it a chance and come on over if you like, or watch the VODs, or just watch these highlights coming out on a weekly basis once we sort of get this up and running. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, subscribe here, or come on over to Twitch, subscribe, and become a worker drone. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, and as always, stay effective.